Hi guys, real life Peter Griffin here. You know what really grinds my gears? Gibson guitars, particularly the bullshit they're having. I mean, what the hell is this bullshit? Why do they need to act like fucking God save that fucking impression. That fucking impression hurts my throat. Okay, we're doing kind of a drama thing. I didn't really want to do this video, but I thought, fuck it, why not? I need something new to start this channel, so why not make a controversy video? So today's video is about a particular guitar company, and probably what many consider to be the greatest guitar company in the world, and probably the most iconic and famous guitar companies of all time. Gibson. Now, Gibson guitars has been for a very long time. Cut to a few years later, in 2019, Gibson makes this video called Gibson, Play with Authenticity. Gibson got in a lot of trouble for releasing this video. Now, unfortunately, I never got to see the whole video because, unfortunately, by the time I heard about what Gibson done, the video was taken down immediately. And I tried to watch it from other sources, but they seem to be taken down too. But from what I understand, basically, Gibson made kind of a, how could I say it, kind of elitist video. Basically, it was them slamming their faces and pointing the finger at those, you know, non-Gibson brand guitar companies for being bad and messing. Because we, Gibson, we are the original. We do it better. No, you don't, mate. Now, first off, I want to talk about the guitar player. Well, the guy they got is Mark, shit, I don't know how to say his name. I really apologize. But now, I personally don't blame him, honestly. I mean, I don't think he realized how bad it was. I mean, he was basically doing his job, and I think anyone given with this kind of script, I think anyone would, you know, do it to keep their job. My response to this video is, why? Just why? Now, I should warn, this is a video coming from someone who has not a lot of experience with guitar manufacturers and all that, but I think it's kind of ridiculous Gibson is doing this. I mean, especially like, when was it, like a year ago? They had filed, they were filed into bankruptcy because nobody wanted to buy the guitars. The guitars were not great. They were terrible quality. You know, the necks were not very good. They introduced things that nobody wanted. You know, like the robot tuners. Remember them, kids? Remember the robot tuners that was going to change the guitar world forever? That didn't last very long, did it? And it's kind of sad how, I think it was about like earlier this year, they were doing well. They brought the new guitars, you know, people were saying, you know, they were pretty well made. They were as good as the old ones. Only to then make this dumb video. This pathetic, dumb, elitist video. See, this is what you don't do. If you're a guitar company, you're trying to sell, you know, your brand to other people. You don't make a video about what is right and what is wrong and why you are better and why no one else can't copy you. And what really pisses me off, they have the balls to say they are better, yet they can't even improve their fucking necks properly. Or the goddamn prices. It's just, no, sorry, Gibson. You can't say you are authentic and all this. Like, Gibson, I can understand. Like, I get it. Like, yes, you are the originators. Yes, you popularized the electric solid body guitar. Yes, every guitar player play it. Yes, Slash is badass with a Les Paul. But you know what's not badass? Shitty fucking made product that costs more fucking money than a house. Gibson was like, you know, it was doing very good, and then, we have the same view. And, you know, it seemed like, you know, we thought maybe they would have changed their minds. Maybe they would have gotten over this bullshit with this, you know, oh, elitists, other companies can't do it. We are the originals and we do it better nonsense. As a player, I had a Gibson SG from 2016. You might have seen this video, but I made a video about this SG. It's not really good. I wasn't a good guitar player. Now, coming from someone who is a bad guitar player, I'm probably the #1 worst guitar player, let's be honest. I remember the first month I got it, I thought, oh, this is brilliant. You know, this is the best guitar. Now, I was tricked by the name Gibson. After maybe about, 3 months, I noticed something was odd with, the neck, but of course I'm like, but it's Gibson, nothing goes wrong. And then another 3 months happened. My love for this guitar started going very downhill. I started to notice the problems with the nuts, the intonation being very bad, and of course the neck being horrible. The neck was horrible. Eventually, I think in about August, it was August, September, I realized this is not the guitar that I loved, and I sold it. I own like an Epiphone SG, because again, that was my first kind of Gibson-y guitar, and it's not perfect because the guitar itself, I think, was made in China, if I'm not mistaken. And the sad thing is, that played better than that fucking Gibson SG Sunburst I bought, The neck was better. I mean, it wasn't perfect, but eventually I realized modding, and it's still a better guitar in my opinion. I mean, there's some problems, but, you do any other guitar player. You just try and get over it. See, the problem is with Gibson is the guitars are overpriced. They are ridiculous. I mean, have you seen the price of like a signature guitar that costs like, I don't know, almost the price of a fucking house? Who's gonna pay that much? Not me, and probably not you. Well, unless you're like the royal family then I guess you're lucky. But, the thing is, no one wants to spend this much on a company that does not give a shit, does not listen to the customers, and do a very, very half-assed job at their guitars. No one wants to pay that much. What they want to pay is for a good quality guitar. So that's why people, probably like myself, go to non-Gibson brands. Your Gordon Smiths, your Dean James, or the Dean guitars, which I just saw recently Gibson are suing now, so that's lovely. It's good to know Gibson has really changed a lot, haven't they? Now, the reason people go for these lower price brands is because they do not have the money to afford like a $2,000 million or pounds or euro, whatever money range you have for a Slash Les Paul guitar. The price is ridiculous. See, if I was probably like maybe 15, I probably would have agreed with this. Back then, I didn't understand much about guitars. All I knew was like Gibson and Fender. Those were the two big daddies, But eventually, now, I realize that's not the thing anymore, because we have other million guitar companies, who are either copies or do original stuff, I mean, guitar players are lucky. We are lucky to have other brands that can range alternatives to what is the standard guitar making, these little brands that have done nothing wrong. They just love making guitars. They just love making guitars for the customers, They want to make that guitar player's dream guitar. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think what guitar players don't like is companies that half-ass make the fucking guitars or make a shitty video on why other guitar brands should not copy them and why Gibson is the original. And another problem I have, oh my god, the fucking nostalgia trip. Can we stop with the nostalgia trip? We were great in 1950. And it's like, guys, we're not in the 50s anymore. This is the 21st century. It's 2019. It's not 1959. A lot has changed since 1959. Gibson, seriously, you need to stop. You need to stop and get your fucking act together, Do you know how you can improve me a good company? Right, well, first off, don't do this bullshit over, oh, you can't do this. We did it because we are the original. Oh, no, that's not going to work. What you need to do is get over this fucking elite bullshit and focus on making good quality guitars. Not get all pissy about another company copying you and offering a better deal to those who can't afford your prices. I mean, have you seen your prices? They are ridiculous. The customer wants a good quality guitar that does not suck. They do not want a half-ass crappy guitar with fucking gizmos that they will never use, and they do not want a company so stuck up that they can't even get up its fucking ass and accept the world has changed. I'm Blair Harrison. You've been watching this pointless rant video on my opinion on Gibson's bullshit. And that's what grinds my gears. Well, this was fucking awful, wasn't it? I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this.